What's up guys, it's Ghostie762 here, and I wanted to show you today how I built this big mansion estate in 7 days to die. So without further ado, let's get on with the tour. So if we come off of one of these main roads, I actually built my own little driveway that goes right up to the front door of the mansion. Put some plants around here. I even put my own lawn that actually sits a little bit above where the ground level used to be. Pull this right up to the front house. Got a nice fountain in the front with some actual water placed in. Got my electrical house there. I actually have the generators and everything in the basement if you want to take a quick look at that. That's where everything is, so it's nice and protected. Even got a SMG auto turret and some other devices that help to make all this come together. Got the more auto turrets, electric fence, even got a garage in here. But we'll come back to that in a minute. I want to take you to the front door, which is where I have some spotlights and everything actually. So we come to the front, we turn these switches on. We got our spotlights, everything lights up the driveway real nice at night. It looks really cool. And we got a nice interruption from some zombies right as we were getting started, huh? Alright, so we're back. We got the zombies taken care of. We got the light switches turned on. Let's proceed to the rest of the house. Came out here, built a little, just some little decorations and stuff around, and a table. I liked this little hanging light. I was able to recess this into the wall with some half blocks. Some of the metal furniture allowed me to put the chain, and then I just hung one of the lanterns on it. Put some of these little wines, like, what are these, little wine cabinet things, I guess? I thought these looked really cool. This was just really elegant. Some trophies and what to me looks like a gold record. I don't know. Thought it would be cool. Just some more cabinets and stuff. Was able to make some of these pillars, put these little, painted this little dude on there. Put some marble on the top. Can't have a nice house without a bar, right? Even in here, I was able to put some of the beer in. And even a little Health Institute certificate, if you want to look at exactly what those initials spell out. That was kind of their little Easter egg they put. I figured the little bowling pins kind of looked like bottles, so I stuck those up on the shelf. Did the best I could with what I had. I think it came out pretty cool. So we'll proceed to the rest of the house. Got a little living room set up here. I wired up some of these lights. I like these little light bulbs. Just these little regular guys. I think they are the most like discreet, and they provide a good amount of light. I was able to make a little cabinet type of thing for like an entertainment center type of deal, just with some of the blocks they had. What I really like is this 2-story hot tub type of deal I made in here. This is really sweet, in my opinion. This was like my favorite thing. When I had this idea to put this in the corner, I was really excited to build this, and it came out amazing. So that's cool. We'll go over here, got some more like trophies, and I was able to paint this rug. I don't know, I thought this was kind of a cool design. Looked kind of fitting for what I was doing with the rest of the house. Got some plants up here as well as on the other side. Big open space. And the kitchen. Pretty simple, but effective. Got more of the hanging lanterns and stuff. Got to keep the pumpkin in there, keep a little bit Halloween themed. This is where the garage comes out to. And then if we go back in, we can cruise around through here. So I guess I'll show upstairs next. Yeah, here's the other plants I got above the doorway. Some of the spotlights gives really good lighting for those bigger areas. I like this idea of like the double winding staircase. It was a little tricky to kind of come up with these exact blocks to make this happen, but they have them in the stairs options, so you can create those if you want. Some of these pillars, even though they look very thin, these actually are very much providing support to the main house. The stability was a little precarious in the construction process, but managed to get it all built. This is something, funny enough, I actually saw in a dream. I had a dream I was in this really nice house, and it had like these 2 rivers on each side like this, and then there was like rivers above them that kind of flowed into it. So the water up here doesn't flow into this lower one, but I was still able to make it in this game as best as I could to my memory. This is where the rest of the, this is like that 2-story hot tub, it's up here. But I was really stoked on this, based off of how this came out. This is just a little access to get up to the roof and all that if I ever need to add anything. Little bathroom in here. Even painted a vent on the ceiling, just to have a little bit of completed look to it. Another little living room and some stuff. Actually got books and like all of these. Some of the little accent walls, wanted to paint them a little different, just to kind of keep them separate, so it wasn't so monotone throughout the whole place. Just some little things I was able to come up with. This loops around to that other side, so I guess I'll show you off the back. So we got this backyard, the whole backyard. It took a long time to cut all this grass, but in my opinion it was very much worth it. Looks a lot cleaner without all the weeds and everything. Some of the little trim blocks offer like these type of deals. You can look in through here and see the rest of like the inside. Was able to make a little gazebo, little man-made lake. That took a lot of buckets to haul all that water in there. And I even built a guest house across there, so if I ever had any other players in the game with me, they even have their own place, so we'll get to that later. This loops around as well before heading back inside. But another little fountain here. I really like water, I don't know if you can tell or not. This is kind of like the master bedroom area. This was some things I was able to experiment with some of the other trim blocks and create different patterns and like paint the blocks in different ways. Winding staircase that goes up there, we'll get back to that later. Some pumpkins up there, of course. And this loops all the way back around to this double winding staircase, and here it's just more, kind of more of the same. More little living room type of areas, little reading corners. Just kind of had to fill the space with something, so figured that was good enough. If we go back upstairs, up the winding staircase, I think I kind of want to figure out something else to do up in here. This is kind of a lot of empty space, but this kind of has a lot of overlook to the rest of the property. Had to paint a Van Halen wall. For any Van Halen fans out there, you'll recognize what this is right away. And a piano. Kind of the best I could with the piano. I think it kind of looks alright. Had to get a little creative with different paint designs and stuff, but I think it's pretty cool. The beds. There's supposed to be one big bed, but they don't have one, so that's what we got. Little entertainment center. View of the backyard. And then the master bathroom. I thought this was pretty cool. Big old shower. Put like 3 shower heads in here. This would just be really nice, wouldn't it? Have like a nice luxury home like this. Might as well have a big shower in there. Got a SMG turret protecting everything. I got a decent amount of money in here. Not a whole lot, but I haven't really done too much of the selling supercorn in this world, so I just kind of got to building on this. As you can see, I'm on day 144. This definitely took a long time to build, but this was a passion project. I think one of my favorite aspects, aside from like clearing zombies and leveling up my character, is the building. So we can cruise on down to the basement, which is actually where I have my crafting room for everything. Oh, I built a little guest room here as well. I haven't had my friend come in here and like move in and furnish it yet, but got some things in here. Got some details put in and stuff, but here's the crafting room. This is where all my workstations are and all that. And then this forge is what keeps getting those zombies coming over here, so I guess I'll shut that off for now, so you don't have to deal with that so much. Oh, I even made a fish tank. And of course I had to use the bowling pins again, because they don't have fish blocks, so bowling pins, painted them differently. Even I did fill it up with water. You can kind of see through there. I don't know if you can see that very well. Yeah, filled that up with water. sealed it off with some bulletproof glass box so nobody could accidentally like break it. You'd really have to try hard to do that. Just some little accent stuff up here. Here's the house's electrical room. Obviously nothing fancy, but that's where all this happens. In the bowling alley. It's gotta be lane 69, right? Over at fucking Bowles Bowling Alley. Or bowling ball. But if you try to kick it, probably just hurt your foot because it ain't going nowhere. I had to make some actual use of the bowling pins. And a little library. I was able to paint some different colors on here and got its own light switch. It's pretty cozy. This is definitely somewhere I would hang out if I actually owned this house in real life. So maybe one day. And then we can move on to the backyard, because there's still a whole other house on this property that we can tour. I had my friend decorate this. This all came along really well. I think she added some nice touches to this. Fits very well with the rest of the decor. Must have had some zombie come through and blow up this block, so I gotta repair that. Here's the man-made little pond here. If you could put fish in here, that'd be really cool. This would be a really neat koi pond. But I had this little sidewalk loop around it, and it comes to this little gazebo out here. Kind of came up with a cool design on the inside. I ended up just flipping some of these outside blocks upside down and kind of mirroring it. So that's kind of how that came together. A little campfire. This looks really nice at night. You put the fire on, and so these lights are timed with the timer to come on at sundown. Got a nice long driveway. They have these nice sloped blocks that I was able to do that make this actually a lot more like a driveway. In the past, I've just used like either the ramps or whatever, and they're just too steep. But if we go in here, you'll be able to see this house. Funny enough, this is actually based off of a house I've lived in the past, which is a lot of where I get inspiration, at least just for decorating. That house out there is nothing like anything I've ever lived in, though. But that's for later. So, over here was the, where we had the computer and all that. In the living room, I mean, it was literally set up just like this. I showed this to my family. They kind of tripped out a little bit. Because this is like one of the houses that I grew up in like during high school. But so it's a little bit sentimental to me. It's a little bit of a passion project. But I figured I'd add it as the guest house in the home. Which, this is kind of why the kitchen in the big house looks like this, is because this is how this one looked, and it's actually very similar. Just had a bathroom in here. Laundry room, and the garage. I put some little mini bikes in here for my friends so we could go out and race around the property. We haven't done it yet though. I need to get them back in here. That was just something I kind of recently added. Just a little closet, doesn't really do anything other than that. But just completes the look. Had some bedrooms up here. Here's the bathroom. Just kind of decorated it to the best of my ability. Gun safe and all of the closets I actually ended up putting gun safes in, I'm pretty sure, if I remember correctly. Let's see. Well, gun safe? Yep, sure is. Left the TV on apparently. Maybe here too, yep. Here as well. And then like the master bedroom. So that's pretty much it for this house. Alright, that is it for this build in 7 Days to Die. Please let me know in the comments below what you think. I'd love to hear from you. And if you enjoyed this video, please like and subscribe for my future builds I got coming up. We'll see you next time.